compLexity Gaming versus Sneaky Nick's Assassins here in the semifinals for the Canada Cup. Again, it's a pleasure joining you. My name is Mott. With me tonight is Dakota Cattle Guy. How you doing, man? How's it going?
I'm doing good, sir. Hopefully I'm coming in loud and clear, and I am excited to be back again for the Canada Cup. It's been a while. I haven't been around since the initial quarterfinal part of the stage, but now we're in the semifinals, and I'm excited, and I'm sure these two teams are tired as hell.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is their third best of three, either today or in the past couple of days. They've just been playing so many games against each other. Obviously, they just got done with that best of three series for ESL 1 to qualify. And so right now, I mean, there's a lot on the line with that specific best of three series. But here, I mean, you've got $4,000 on the line with the Canada Cup Finals. And, of course, winner will move on to face Navi US in the grand finals, so a pretty big deal here, despite obviously playing a lot of games already between these two teams. So,
yeah, I'm really excited, looking forward to it. Both teams seem to be still trying to be a little more flexible as far as how the new draft is coming in, as most teams have been. But I think when we get into these more serious matches on the back end of some of these tournaments and series, they're trying to kind of resort back to the old 6.81 ways, because sometimes it's just better to play those heroes that you're much more comfortable with than risking to pick up some of the new ones, like your Terrorblades, like your Legion Commanders, or maybe any of the other new heroes that received some buffs recently.
Yeah, I think it really just goes to what you're comfortable with, and which you bring up a good point. And, you talk about that series between compLexity and Sneaky Nick's Assassins, and I think the two games Sna were able to really do well, and I think was the games that they had a plan, a game plan going in. You saw the Io and Tiny in that third game, and the Drow and Visage in the first game. So, and that's not necessarily just, 6.81. That's also, going back a couple of patches as well. It's the tried and true, something that we know works in Dota, and you could try to deal with it, you could try to ban it, you could try to play against it, but it feels like they're just comfortable with that type of play style. And then in the second game, they get away from that. They pick some heroes that maybe they aren't comfortable with, and compLexity Gaming have a really good draft, and all of a sudden it kind of falls apart. So, for Sneaky Nick's Assassins, I feel they're at their best when they're playing this style of Dota, where they just have something to work with here.
So first and foremost, got to send a proper congratulations towards the way of Sneaky Nick's Assassins. Yes. They have now earned their right to go to ESL 1 New York. So yes. I know you will have firsthand, and Greg will have firsthand experience meeting up and saying hi to the Nick's Assassin guys. So that's going to be exciting stuff. And also, worthy to note, according to Dota 2 Lounge, it would appear that we're sporting about a 68% advantage favorite of odds for Sneaky Nick's Assassins and 32 for compLexity. So everybody watching right now with your rares on the line, I'm sure a fair amount of people are probably rooting for the underdogs, at least if they want to get the highest value bet. But
yes,
on paper, Sneaky Nick's Assassins are the favorites.
I think this game could go either way. I think it's more 50-50 than any other series I've been involved in the past couple of days. It's just kind of crazy to me. And I was gonna congratulate Sneaky Nick's Assassins, but for whatever reason I was just, gosh, should I spoil it? I don't know. I mean, I guess there's a good chance that if you're watching the series that you've already seen ESL 1, so I don't know why I was kind of hesitating there, but yes, indeed, congratulations to those guys. Sneaky Nick's Assassins, really, really good people, really good team, obviously. compLexity, though, I was excited to see what they could accomplish in the best of three series when, all of the marbles were on the line. So we'll see how they react in this series, and maybe they can get to the grand finals and, take one over Sneaky Nick's Assassins here.
Let's actually hop into the draft. You can see compLexity. They don't favor the heavy pushing prowess of Death Prophet, even in its latest meta, and of course that's going to go hand in hand with your Razor. They also remove probably the top win rate pick. I mean, we might need our Sir Mott Pax, who is actually going to be joining us for stats this evening. I believe Vengeful Spirit sporting the highest win rate right now. I want to say about 68% in competitive play, but, very surprising. But overall, a utility support that has everything you can want for Magic Missile. Swap's been working really nicely as a counterback, and now they get rid of the Tide Hunter. Their own personal off-laner grab, more than likely going to be the Centaur War Runner. They also get a hold of a Mirana and Earthshaker, so lots of stun, lots of lockdown on the side of compLexity.
Yeah, honestly, this is a really standard start for compLexity Gaming, and I know they love to play these two heroes, and they could play the Mirana in a lot of roles. I know you personally love to see a roaming Mirana, but, I mean, you could send this in pretty much any role and still be fine. I like roaming Mirana a lot as well. I think she's good, but, I don't know, her presence early on in the game is fine. I like her more now than I liked her before because of the fact that you can transition her into a late-game carry. Although I don't, see her as the best late game carry. If you put her in that 4/5 role and just, get some pickoffs and eventually get farm, you could definitely transition into that later stage of the game. So
wow, the stats actually pop up in the draft now. Is that new?
I think so. I saw it like a week or two ago, and I'm just like, well, that's awesome. I finally don't have to like look at Skype for this, but
the positioning's a bit awkward as it just kind of goes up in the middle right there, but that's good to know. And well, there's your percentage right there, folks. It is in the high 60s or mid 60s area, so very prominent pickup, that Vengeful Spirit, but obviously not going to be making an appearance in this one. Complexity move on. They grab Nature's Prophet, one of the best ratters in the game, slide split pushers, and definitely great global presence to work with there. For the side of Sneaky Nyx Assassins, they got the Brew, Shadow Shaman, Rubik, and now Clockwork, who I would imagine is going to be the IX Mike kind of a pickup representing that off lane. But overall, fair amount of push with your Shadow Shaman. Rubik also great for roaming early. Look for the early smoke ganks to be coming in, adding that pressure to the mid laner, whoever that might be. Complexity still considering what it could, what that person will be. Nature's Prophet, I've seen, I guess, mid lane here and there, but that contender more than likely going to be going against the Brewmaster, who I would imagine in the hands of TC.
Yeah, and the thing is now, you talk about the mid lane Nature's Prophet, that Moonmeander has actually run that from time to time, I believe, mid. Although Swindle is your mid player generally for Complexity Gaming, that they switch around a bit. I think they could do it at this situation, but again, they could just always, have a last pick here. Now, if you're on against Brew's fine. I mean, any ranged hero against the Brewmaster is a good matchup, but if they pick a melee hero and they send him mid against the Brewmaster, Brew's just going to eat him alive. God, for Clockwork needs like a mustache set or something, man, because that's Mike's hero in a nutshell.
It's funny that there is a mustache set, but it's on probably one of the worst heroes in the game right now, the Crystal Maiden.
Yeah.
I've actually seen pop up once, but it got obliterated. So I don't think we're going to be seeing a whole lot of Crystal Maiden. We definitely won't see it in the hands of Mike. So I don't know how the hell they worked out putting it on a Crystal Maiden, but regardless. I mean, it probably was because he played more of a support role on Liquid at that time. So.
Yes.
But no. For now, yeah, we need a new mustache set. We're long overdue. Maybe Sneaky Nyx Assassins can get a few more W's in, win some of these big tournaments, and then maybe they'll feel a little more worthy of that. Queen of Pain going to be the last and final grab, and there's your mid laner. Queen of Pain, Puck, those kind of heroes, the snowball, more action-packed heroes in the mid lane, we don't get to see a whole lot of that. But in this new patch, more teams really trying to use it right now, and I like it a lot. It's been more about getting the cores, farming up, bottle crowing, etc., etc. But now you want to be able to get heroes like this who can be high mobile, elusive heroes who can really take control of those runes, now being two of them on the field.
Yeah, early and active now for mid laners is generally how you want to, I think, at least with these tempo controllers, you're right about Queen of Pain and Puck. You can still play that kind of just sitting mid and just, blowing up the creep wave essentially with a Death Prophet or something. You can also just sit back and CS and be just fine. Mid lane is more competitive now because of the way denies work as well. And Sneaky Nyx Assassins go for a Naga Siren, and this is an Ush Naga. You were talking about this earlier, I really didn't want to see this, but...
I'm tired of it. I mean, given it's a worthy strategy if, pulled out, it's just such a dominating force, and I can absolutely understand it, but I'd already seen it twice today. Alliance, it was a quadruple header in the Star Ladder European area, and 2 times Loda picked it up, and 2 times it was a long game. It was dirty dog tactics, but you know what? It got the job done.
Yes.
So Ush, not going to be going with flashy styles of his Invoker, or with that Tiny we just saw that I love so much. It's going to be a Naga, Resident Sleeper.
Yeah, this game could be a long one here, and I'm actually kind of worried for Complexity Gaming because it's so often in 6.8 that you see these early types of drafts come out, and even with Mirana, you could transition into the late game, but I think just the team that has had the later game cores, as long as you survive past 20 or 30 minutes, you're in a pretty good position. So I feel kind of concerned for Complexity, but as we talk about that, I wanted to ask you, because you've done a lot of casting over the past couple of days, obviously moving over to the BTS house. Congratulations, by the way. And I wanted to know what your opinion was on this patch now that you've seen a couple of games here and there.
Well, the comeback factor is very much real, especially today. We saw some games where it was very much a comeback, even Alliance against Hellraisers, for example. It was a 10K advantage Hellraisers at one point. I was almost assured, okay, well, this is it. Alliance are not going to come back. In that game, they had a Naga. Sure enough, it takes only 2 bad team fights, and the gold swing goes dramatically down towards the other side, and then it's quickly a 10K gold. So it does make for exciting, storyline games, but it can be so stressful. And now you're going to be dealing with teams that are playing a lot more timid, a lot more safe, and they're not going to be quite as risky. The Havost 4s or your Jimmy Demons are going to be really nervous about this kind of a patch.
Yeah, this is not a demon patch. This is not demon Dota. You can't go balls out. You can't make some crazy plays, and it's unfortunate that EG doesn't have them anymore. We really can't talk about EG throws as much as we used to, but still, I mean, you have to be very careful. Although they did nerf the bounty a little bit, at least the gold bounty they nerfed.
Yeah, they're definitely tweaking the numbers a little here and there to make it better, and that's just how it goes. I mean, unfortunately for teams like Navi US, who'd got the patch slammed on them first and foremost, we saw such a dramatic amount of gold swings and EXP swings. But now the numbers, day by day, being tweaked here and there, whether it's like a solo pickoff, and now these new team pickoff numbers have been adjusted. So it's very apparent that Valve and IceProg are aware that these just take time to just fine-tune.
And I like the way they've been doing this. I mean, yeah, you're going to have a couple of games on the patch that are a little bit crazy, but now you start getting into more and more, hey, this patch is actually going really well, and I think all of a sudden, we see teams, reacting a bit better than they were when it first came out, where you saw people like Snaking and Trelf just absolutely hating on the patch. But with that being said, we are going to get underway here in this game 1 of a best-of-3 series. In the bottom lane for Sneaky Nyx Assassins, Fluff will be on your support, Rubik Ush, the farming Nagasaur, and down bottom we have Whitebeard as well, pulling with the Shadow Shaman. Mid lane it is TC, like you mentioned, on the Brewmaster, and top to round it all out, it is going to be IX Mike 88 on your Clockwork. No surprise there for Sneaky Nyx Assassins.
And your dire side, we got Team compLexity, formerly Stay Green, the Han group, if you will, from Heroes of New Earth. It's Moon Meander leading off with your Mirana. Just nearby, we got Riser playing your Earthshaker. Nearby in the jungle, we got Z-Freak, he's playing your Nature's Prophet. Along the mid lane, it's Swindlemelons playing your Queen of Pain. Finally, rounding it out the bottom, it's Limp playing your Centaur Warbuck.
All right, I want to show you something here. Just look at Z-Freak's inventory real quick. Just look at it and
that
marvel.
Is a lot of vests. This guy is like a regular Aladdin with the amount of vests and mantles he's got going. I'm not too sure what that's about. I mean, obviously these are going to be converted over into null talismans, but that is quite the collars that he's popping right now.
Have you ever seen that picture of the guy in the polo with like 4 pop collars or something like that? That's what it reminds me of.
He might be popping his collar a little bit better. Look at what he's scouting out for.
He's looking for it.
Conveniently is coming his way. Oh, it's a little Pudge. And, oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Jesus.
God, no. Z-Freak's coming in.
Got him.
He's going to get him one more. Boom.
There's your bottle. See you later. TC wounded from that one. Oh, that's going to be a rough mid lane experience for him against Swindlemelons.
Very much so. It's down for another 2 minutes, and that's just a bit rough. You won't be able to bottle. You won't be able to grab runes. You won't be able to, spam out your Thunderclap. And so in this mid lane, Swindlemelon should have a pretty good time. Although he is behind in CS right now, but still, that gold coming the way of compLexity is huge. And Z-Freak, now he's popping his collars off. He's going to convert that into at least 2 null talismans, it looks like. Not just the one. He's getting the extra circlet through, but no recipe just yet, so for the second one. But
not to like elaborate much more and put more attention on Nature's Prophet, but it's a build I never really understood. I understand the adaptation of the Blink Dagger Maelstrom kind of a build where you go heavy rat, but these null talismans and blade mails, I mean, I guess to get it heavy stats, heavy extra intelligence to work with, a little extra DPS and sustain, but it's just so funky to me to see a Nature's Prophet with so much bling bling and a fucking blade mail.
It's just like who, first, noticed that build? Who's the person theory crafting to be just like, yeah, actually, null talismans are really good. We should just buy these in bulk. I mean, I guess it's better than getting a Midas because that doesn't really give you the damage. Z-Freak is coming in. TC's getting chased down. He does have Clap Blink forward. Now TP coming in, but TC will fall. Z-Freak getting involved in that kill. Big dive, Fluff in trouble as well. Look at that damage coming through alone from Z-Freak with just 1 null and the robes as well. Now he's getting right-click down. There is a Fissure in 3 seconds, but no mana for it. Not that they needed it. They lose another hero in compLexity getting on the board 2-0. Already the revenge of compLexity going strong.
I was just going to say, not happy about that recent series. And Whitebeard as well might be in trouble. Big slash and a punch down to the backside. And it's Riser to pick it up. And that's a double kill for him. Your Earthshaker, rather, off to a strong start, especially if he wants to build towards an early Blink Dagger. compLexity come out swinging and push ahead 3-0.
Yeah, the thing is, though, it's not like they're winning every single lane, but with that huge rotation from their team, it absolutely helps a ton. And I've noticed in this patch, like, even if you win all 3 lanes, you still have the chance of losing. I'm not sure if that's the case now with the changes, but this is a really good start for compLexity. Now the question is, how do they transition this into the mid-game and be able to stop the Naga from farming? Cole? Swindlemelons? Oh, wow, this is a lot of heroes. TC, no! The Fisher's gonna come in. Swindle will fall. They will grab that kill with the stomp, and they're gonna look for Fluff, but the Fisher block. They're all scooting through that tight little spot there, but they're okay. And they will trade 1 for 1, so it's a bit better for Nyx Assassins. Not as bad, but they still lose TC in the end.
Yep, a mid laner for a mid laner, and it looks like it is going to be Riser to occupy the mid lane and just kind of grab what experience he can in the meantime. There's your rotation back from that Queen of Pain. Top lane, you know, it's going to be that farming Mirana. No more roam around that I do with my lady. But for him, it's more, I'm just going to go for the solo farm and be a nuisance down the road. But for Mirana to try to contest a Naga, it's going to be a bit questionable. So I like complexity's game plan. It's get aggressive early, then hopefully push on and get the objectives done with that Nature's Prophet. So there's a point where Ush won't be able to farm up and be a big problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they got to get this Mirana going early on, and it looks like she's going to be going for a Midas, but I'm not sure that's the best choice. Ix might getting jumped on Sprout. He did cog up, but look at this. He's locked in. Stomp. No, they're going to go with the double edge first, and they grab the kill without even needing to use the mana for Limp. Nicely done, and Complexity are off to a very fast start here, man.
Yeah, they're moving all over the place. A lot of attention on the mid lane. Right there, they move to the top. The one hero, though, they should consider really beating down on is that Naga. Before she gets to that level 6 point, which is actually going to be happening at the end of this wave, and then it gets a lot harder here off Saga the Siren. So Ush, it's going to be putting a lot of pressure on him to bring it back for his team, but I don't think Ush is unfamiliar with that. He's put the team on his back quite a few times and carried him on through.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've seen it so often here, and this is just a really amazing young player. And we'll see how he does at ESL, obviously, but for now we have this series to deal with. And I think for Moonmeander, you pretty much have to go for a Maelstrom Mjolnir build here just to clear those Naga illusions. I think that's one of the things that you have to do in this game. Leap forward, Moon. Now there's the Sprout TP in from Z-Freak out of nowhere. Riser comes in, not even using the Fissure. And again, Mike goes down. 2 deaths, he's level 5, so his offlane experience not going that well. They will get Fluff, I believe, out of there. I think he TP'd away. I believe he was the one there helping out. And that's actually the Midas now done at 6:30 for Moon. Pretty good timing, all things considered.
This is an early game clinic of a laning phase coming out from Complexity, really taking advantage of their high mobile heroes with all that sweet lockdown and initiation. So, but I absolutely agree with you. Moonmeander needs to consider getting that Maelstrom and Mjolnir kind of pick up, but the same thing can go for the Nature's Prophet, and with that, you have a lot of great wave clearing and ways to deal with those Naga illusions. Now, once Naga does get a hold of something crazy like your hearts and what have you, it becomes a whole different story.
Yeah.
But hopefully, Complexity are not going to allow it to get to that point. And if you're more of a Sneaky Nyx Assassins fan, you're looking to just continue to create space and allow Ush to get that farm for as long as possible.
Yeah, I think it really is just, even if you do get the Maelstrom Mjolnir, like you're talking about, a Heart of Trask is going to be super useful for Ush, and that should be one of his first items, I think. And you see that so often on Nagas. You get the Radiance, maybe bots, and then maybe pick up the Heart. You can go for a Manta first. There's a lot of builds you can do, but Heart seems to be one of the most common items to build early on in the game. And he's getting enough farm to get a pretty early Radiance here. He does have, I believe, an Aquila. He's got the Quelling Blade. He actually only has Basilius. Basilius Quelling Blade bottle, so he's got all of his... besides the Aquila, you know, all the items he needs right now. Swindle now getting clapped. Telekinesis is going to go, but I don't believe they have enough to really bring him down. TC can split, but nice Fissure from Riser up on the high ground to make sure that Swindle can get out okay, so.
Yeah, convenient Riser right there to get it done. Had maybe TC decided to pop the Primal Split, things could have gone a little bit different, but I think they felt overconfident that they'd be able to get it done. But yeah, Riser right there and able to aid it out. 8-minute mark. Here we go. Bounty Rune top lane going to be quickly snagged up from that Earthshaker.
Oh, Mike.
Bottom.
Mike, he was so close. Oh, Moon, he's one right click away, and he does go down. Z-Freak now going to sprout Mike up. Meanwhile, Queen of Pain getting the kill in the mid lane on Ush. Ix going to try to TP out. He makes it away just barely. Ush going down. Also, great gang coming in from Swindle, who did pick up that DD rune, which I didn't really notice. I was too busy watching top, but a big kill down bottom happening as well.
Yeah, it was Complexity being able to control both runes, top to bottom. It was Riser who grabbed the bounty rune at the top, and then, yeah, making the way to the bottom. Swindle Melons gets a hold of that DD and promptly uses it, bursting down Ush before he can even get anything off. And, well, good objective gaming coming out from Complexity. Still 7-2, your new score. Ush returns right back to the lane and right back into that farm. And as you see, Tranquil's now got to be picked up from the Centaur. Not deciding to just kind of bulldoze forward into getting a Blink Dagger, opting just for the heavy move speed instead.
Yeah, right now, and just the regen as well. He could head to the jungle. He could start putting his Tranquils down and double-edging some creep camps, which are currently being farmed by Moon. But at this point in time, I think if you're Complexity, you really have to get him his Blink Dagger and start getting involved in pushing and pressuring down towers. And Z-Freak has a total of 4 Null Talismans. And I don't know if this is the most I've seen, but it's I think it's close, if not a record here.
Uh-oh, mid lane, they make a jump on Swindle Melons. The battery assault preventing him from getting the blink away, but that Stampede allows her to make her retreat, and coming in from behind is going to be Limp. Can they catch up with her? Maybe going to rocket off before she TPs away? No, it's not going to be so lucky, and the burst back on Mike. Limp doing work. Your Primal Split to pop out. They should hopefully be able to clean up at least 1 to 2 here if possible. TC looking to go to work. Nice brief stun. They go ahead and use the Cyclone, throws Riser up in the air, but eventually they do take him down. A 1-for-1 trade when it's all done there. 8-3 the score. And brief fight cap look at, nothing too exciting, but regardless, it looks like they are happy for TC to get a kill.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting him involved is really important. He really needs to get a Blink Dagger. He's very close to it. And he has his wand, he has his bottle already. You really don't need to go for a phase or any other item. Just get your Blink Dagger. So, meanwhile, bottom, they're chasing after Ush. There's going to be the song. He's getting out of dodge. He says, I'm done here. No, you guys, that's fine. I have 1,800 gold. I don't want to die. My team is here to help me out. Whitebeard is around. He's actually stuck here. Okay, he is going to get out of there. The Illusion Room was picked up by Swindle. I got to say also, Mike goes down to an arrow. Moonmeander with a really well-placed arrow just to make sure he can't chase after and get the kill on Swindle when that was happening towards the mid lane. So TP coming in, TC in trouble. Fisher coming through, Sonic Wave, they're going to blow him up. Hook shot in, TC Clap's going to go. TC will stay alive, Echo Slam does no damage. IX Mike, however, getting screamed up. Arrow now connecting at Swindle, that's from the Rubik. IX Mike still alive somehow, and finally Limp brings him down with a double edge. Now they're focusing on Whitebeard, but there's the telekinesis. Moonlight Shadow, they bring Limp back. There's the Ether shot going through, the Stampede as well. A 2-for-1 trade, and Nyx Assassin somehow come out on top in that, and TC survives. Very close to his Blink Dagger as well.
Very thankful for Mike right there. That hook shot setup was perfect to prevent them from enhancing forward onto TC, and with that they're able to turn it back and take down 2. So fantastic play from the Clockwork right there to really aid it about. But as this action continues to happen in the mid lane, it's about these cores. On the top, you got Moonmeander continuing to farm out on the Mirana and Ush on the bottom. And it's also Mopax who would let us know behind the scenes here. Ush, unless it's happened on unticketed games, it's been quite a while since he's played this Naga Siren, not since TI4 qualifiers, so hopefully he's not too rusty playing the hero and can be able to bring a strong performance.
He is somebody that I'd imagine has played this hero quite often in pubs. He just likes to play almost every single carry that I've seen him play, and honestly, he's got such really high individual skill and farming prowess. And at this point, he has 77 last hits, which is pretty good. Moon's pretty close with 63, and he has yet to really get his radiance. He's not really using his illusions. They're stacking up the jungle camps, and that's when he's going to start getting a lot of that money, is when they can get some of these camps. TC grabs the regen, but there's the hook in from IX Mike. Arrow not connecting on Limp, which was from Fluff, and they will grab the kill with Fade Bolt. Now Mike getting caught out potentially. There's the Sprout. Blink, there's going to be the clap, as well as the split coming in. TC wants it all. Riser's going to fall. Looks like we'll go down. That's a double kill for Fluff. Z-Freak in trouble. There should be a boulder toss coming in 1 second. Where's it going to be? They're looking for the high ground. He's getting body blocked, but boom! They get the kill to the back of the head with the boulder. 3 down, and now Nyx Assassins. They're striking back here as they get 3 and only lose Mike in a good situation.
Yeah, that was a questionable re-engagement there from compLexity. I think once they had lost their comrade, it was not the smart choice to turn back. TC was right there and ready to go with the Primal Split. Made easy work as he jumped across and really took it to him. Even Moonmeander trying to get on the axe and made the rotation to the mid lane, but ultimately they end up coming on the bottom. But right now, looking to move on in after the conclusion of that fight. Want to add some pressure here on the tier 1. We got the glyph ready to go. Remember, you got to be using it for every tier 1 possible. Z-Freak jumps in, and well, there's your glyph going to be popped, but I don't think Nyx are going to be able to stop this.
Yeah, this is a tower that's going their way. TC's a little too far up, but he does have a Blink Dagger. He can always blink away if he gets caught out of position. But that also means that they can get the tower top with the Serpent Wards. However, maybe compLexity keep pushing here into this tier 2 tower, especially because Ush isn't really ready to fight yet? I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, well the more you can add pressure, the better, because Ush is not ready. He has to get to his final form before he's finally ready to get in the fray. So for now, it's going to be more of those 4-on-5 kind of engagements, and compLexity have to know that, especially when Moonmeander's around getting involved. There's your arrow, brief sidestep from TC, will not get caught up with that one. But look at this, the tower already at half-life. Treant's going to be popped here, and well, it looks like they could be losing a tier 2 tower. Mike waiting it out before he wants the hook shot in. Jumping from TC, gets the clap, and well, your hook shot over, catches here on a Limp here. Fluff and Stuff also caught in the fray as well. They lift up, throw him actually out of the cogs. Not looking to run forward just yet. There's your Stampede. Looking to go jump back on Mike, stun him out. Mike gets taken down with a few more right clicks, and after it's all done there, just 1 casualty, that being the Clockwork.
Yeah, and that's a 4 versus 5 engagement. They're not done yet. Stomp was stolen. Now they're jumping at Swindle. They blow him up. Well played, Fluff baiting that out. There's the song coming in. Now telekinesis putting him back down. Moon was trying to get his arrow or something off, it looks like, but here we go, the re-engage coming in potentially. TC, he has split in 10 seconds. He's going to clap first, Limp is low. Fade Bolt bouncing, double kill for TC. Ensnare on Z-Freak, he's going to try to TP out. There's the stop from Fluff, well played. That Rubik coming in, and they grab 3. You see Ush rotating over, he gets involved in the kills. He's got his relic money right now. Beautifully done for Sneaky Nick's Assassins there.
Good call, good communication to have the rotation over and the whereabouts to kind of take it back. It looked like it was at that pinnacle point where compLexity like, hey, we're getting this tower kind of low. Maybe we can actually get it done. But as it got more and more tempting, it was just getting a little too risky. And, well, it just was a quick jump back from Nick's Assassins to take it to them. And, well, they end up coming out. Now, your score is even, 11-11 at about 15 minutes in.
This is quickly becoming one of my favorite rivalries to watch, honestly. It's been really good that the American seed has had this kind of rivalry between these teams. And honestly, they're throwing on a good show. There's 4-staff Shackles, Limp getting caught out. They're going to use the split as well. Limp is going to fall, it looks like. Nicely done. They're going to transition right into a tier 1 tower. That's a 4-staff choice for Whitebeard. You usually see Blink on this hero, but Force, maybe a better choice in this situation.
Yeah, definitely. Considering you have a Sprout on the enemy team, that would definitely aid it out. It actually was last fight. I think Whitebeard accidentally double-clicked his Force and pushed himself into a Sprout with Fluff instead of pushing Fluff out, but you know, it is what it is. They both ended up living regardless, and right there, that 4-step going promptly to use. The jump and shackle works nicely and kind of segues perfectly into a ward drop, and now they get their second tier 1 tower pickup right there. This is extra gold into the pocket for Ush. He already has that relic. I'd imagine Radiance really soon here as he gets close to the 1K mark. Oh, Swindle Melon's caught out with a snare. Echo Slam, return back, and they take down Ush. Cole, it looks like Swindle Melon's being able to get away. Oh, the shackle catches Ryzer in place. They lock him down with the baby nipple wall, if you will. Blade Mail going to be popped right here. Mike, though, oh, one more auto attack. Does end up falling. Killing spree for Moon Meander. 2 down all day. They want more. Looking for Whitebeard. Forced to have to get away from this one, but here comes Limp. Big, bad, and beautiful. Looking to come in from behind the Mud Golems. Beating him in his place, and they're going to segregate him out, but nope, it's Moon Meander. Catches another sweet kill and gets a double at the end of that fight.
That is just not a really great fight coming out for Nick's Assassins. Getting echoed, Ush had all of his illusions up there, and he took so much damage from that. They got blown up. Mike stayed way too long, and they absolutely rotated over and just blew him up. And then at the end, of course, the Mud Golems, who look just so dumb. They can't even do anything right. They can't even give you a deny on your own team. It's like, you freaking useless creeps. So, well, that's going to be it. 17 minutes in, and Sneaky Nick's Assassins. A bad fight, but still, Ush is getting closer and closer to that Radiance. And not the best timing, but still, it should be okay for the most part.
Got a little greedy there at the bottom, thinking it was going to be a great opportunity, and he would have had his Radiance had that gone a lot better. So I think he just saw the bloodlust in his eyes. Now top lane farming it up, but mid lane. We might see a flank here coming in from behind with the Moonlight Shadow. You got Centaur leading out the front. There's your jump forward from Swindlemelons. Fluff thinks he can get something done. He does not grab the blink. He grabs the Scream instead. Jump back Fade Bolt. And yeah, he gets slashed in the backside from Limp right there and immediately gets balled. But another Moon Meander kill. Mike jumps right into the fray right now. Drops the walls. TC with the Primal Split. The bare necessities, if you will, going right onto the Centaur. Pulls out the Stampede in defense. There's your arrow going to fly out, but that is way off the mark. Nowhere near. It's Whitebeard going to get caught in the middle and slam down. Another kill. Moon Meander getting the last hits in and getting that big bounty built up, and also TC with his own mega kill streak to fire right back. It's 1 for 2 at the end of it. Mike, though, happy to go toe-to-toe. Battery Assault going to be popped out. There's your cogs to jump him right back, and here comes TC. He wants blood, and he's going to get pincered back. The Fissure blocks in Mike, and now Mike caught between literally a rock and a hard place, almost goes towards the Centaurs. Nice deny coming out from TC. Here comes your... Oh, deny, not going to get out. The big swing from Ryzer puts TC in his place. He gets sprouted up. One more right click and he will fall. Ush just a little too late to come in with the song to help out, unfortunately. And man, Mod, back and forth we go. Now compLexity end up coming out on top, but there is your Naga Radiance.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing right now is that they fought long enough for just us to be able to farm that up and start really just taking some of these jungle camps, as well as obviously pushing out the waves. And you get towards your next item, whether that's bots, whether that's your heart, whether that's Manta style. Now is when you start maybe getting a little bit involved here in some of these engagements. But at the same time, compLexity have done a very nice job of making sure that they have really good counter initiation. The only time they've been caught out is when they maybe don't have the best counter initiation, or Mike jumps on them and they get clapped and split. So now, especially with an Orchid Malevolence picked up on the Queen of Pain, they're in an okay position here. They can Orchid up TC, make sure he doesn't get his split off. Obviously, Mike getting Orchided as well could be pretty big. But at this point now, I mean, Moon's going to be going for a Lincoln Sphere, and he has it, but that's not enough yet. He still needs more farm, and they really need to shut down Ush. They need to take control of this jungle as well and make sure that he can't get any more farm and map control. Top lane, Moon getting caught out. This could be a big kill. They blink and clap. TC grabs the kill. That's a wicked 6 streak for TC. That should be a lot of money.
Also blown up on the bottom. Grabs a DD, runs into his own jungle, and runs right into a Queen of Pain and a big Echo Slam from Riser, and he just gets blown the hell up.
Yeah. That's a big pickup, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Just making sure you don't let Ush farm freely in that jungle. But at the same time, Moon does go down, and he gives away 1,300 in terms of gold to the other side for sneaky Nyx Assassins. So, Stampede jumping in. They're going to miss the stomp there on Whitebeard. He actually forces away nicely. He got Orchided as well, but they are going to take this tier 2 tower. It looks like it does get glyphed here, but it should fall. The Treant's doing some work right now, not nearly enough to take it. But they can go back in if they want to. Swindle, it is in deny range, and we'll see him go. Fisher's going to connect on Fluff. Blink forward, Fluff caught out. Sonic Wave blows up both of them. And my god, Fluff buybacks immediately. Furion does take the tower. Ix Mike is rotating around. Meanwhile, Split did go. Zfreak getting caught out. This could be a huge pickup. They will steal Treant, and he does go down. Meanwhile, TP to the top lane. They will get out with, I believe, Swindle making the way out of there. And now Limp seems to be just walking away casually. And a bit of a weird engagement, kind of all over the place, so.
Supports to fall on each side, and that Nature's Prophet goes down. The buyback from Fluff right there to get right back into it helps aid in being able to take him down. So, you know, a bit questionable, a bit sticky of an engagement from both sides, as there's both very clearly aggressive and very, very much bloodthirsty. This is turning into quite an action-packed game number 1 of our best of 3 here, 21-15. And well, according to the math, that's a lot of kills per minute. Mid lane, however, they're making it go in on, well, Fluff. Silenced up, big slam in the backside from Riser, and, well, TC, though, is the one out pursuit. Oh, Mirana gets in there and gets the objective complete, and now TC under the gun right now, but there's Mike shooting all the way up to the left-hand side. Steps up with Whitebeard, but, oh, no, TC gets caught out and brought down. Mike retreating up to the northwest side here to avoid any incoming danger. Arrow is going to be just a little low right there over the tree line, but jumping on forward is Swindlemelons. He's in hot pursuit. The Orchid's going to pop out. He's looking to go back with the Blade Mail, and I think Mike, ooh, nice 4-step from Whitebeard. Aids him in need, but Whitebeard might be handing himself over with that one, and does. Oh, no. 4 down all day on the side of the Nyx Assassins.
They're losing a lot in these engagements. They really just need to stay back, I think, and make Ush safe. And yeah, he doesn't go down in that fight, and that's great, but they lose 4 heroes, and that's about as bad as it gets for complexity at this point. That's a Yasha done for Moon Meander. Ix Mike comes in, and he actually hooked through the entire team fight and somehow onto Whitebeard and just said, well, I guess I'm going to take a ride. I'm not going to be able to get anything done in this engagement. He cogged up there as well, but all of his team was already dead. And then the snipe in the mid lane, Fluff was just sitting there. He was, you know, throwing down his Fade Bolt, and he got sniped from the backside from Moon, who's done a nice job with these arrows. So at this point in time, I think the lead is clearly in complexity's favor. But again, you talk about how Nyx Assassins have this Mirana, and I don't know if Moon Meander's, rather, Nyx Assassins have this Naga. I don't know if Moon Meander's Mirana is enough to take this game at this point. So
no, especially when you're not have a whole lot of damage to work with us yet. He already has the Yasha acquired. This is obviously going to be turned into a potential future Manta style, but that doesn't even that doesn't offer a whole lot as far as clearing out big pesky Naga illusions. That's where you're going to need that Maelstrom or some sort of assistance in clearing out. Now they do have an Earthshaker on their team, so that Echo Slam would definitely be very beneficial in such an opportunity time, but I don't know, just from what I've seen already, when Naga gets that pinnacle point, the true critical mass, if you will, there is just little to anything that can stop her from getting it. And it's more about just trying to prevent her from getting there. And that's what complexity is all about. They're shifting in with Moonlight Shadow. They see Whitebeard, and well, there's your Song of the Siren. They drop down the sentry so they can see exactly where they are. They're thinking about going for a counter initiate. No,
you need to back up now. There's the Stampede.
Reanalyzing. Oh, Mike gets caught out with a Fisher just on the tip right there. And the Sprout up, but he quickly hops out. He's going to go ahead and drop down the cog walls here. Him going toe-to-toe with Limp, and meanwhile on the back corner side, Riser taking a big bit of damage there from the Naga. Mike falls, Centaur falls, relatively even exchange thus far, and a leap forward right there, and not going to be able to catch up with Riser. So relatively even engagement, I would say.
I'm pretty sure that Riser Echo slammed those Naga illusions just so that he could survive. I actually didn't have my camera on it. I just heard an Echo slam on the backside. There's no hero in that vicinity, so I was like, well, that's probably a mistake. But a 1-for-1 trade, that could have been a lot worse. Complexity were a bit out of position. Their tier 2 tower was getting pressure to the mid lane, so there was a pretty good idea for Nyx Assassins that they were smoked up. And I think if you're Complexity now, you have to keep the pressure on, but this is not what you want to do. Split comes out, and they're going to hex up Swindle. He falls. And nicely done there. Arrow's going to connect to the fire panda. That doesn't really matter. But meanwhile, Moon getting ensnared, but he should be okay. The Lincoln Sphere does pop, and he's staying alive. Meanwhile, the Brewlings in the top lane, they're going to take a DD rune for TC. Also, Z-Freak is starting to split push, so they're looking for a split push of their own. They're like, okay, well, listen, we have to deal with the Naga Siren. We have a Furion. One of the best split pushes in the game. I think we're okay. Mike, oh, God.
Yeah, hold on a second here. That deserves one of those for sure, Mike. Not quite getting the optimal target there with the hook shot. Gets blown up right in his face. But it is, you know, a great tool to have when you are going to be dealing with said Nature's Prophet split pushers. You got Clockwork here, and that he's one of the best in the game as far as scouting out where that Nature Prophet is going to go and trying to catch up and take him apart.
Well, I mean, Mike has been... He's 2-10-7, man. Like, he's been involved in a lot of kills, but he's also been involved in a shit ton of deaths. I mean, 10 deaths is not good. That is 5 more than the next person on your team. Mike, what's going on, buddy? Let's rein it in here. Let's try to get some kills. Let's try to get some farm. Yes, you've got the Blade Mill, but you've had that for a while. Stampede, I think they're looking for... Oh, actually, Fluff was just getting out.
Oh. They were so confident that Blinken stunned nowhere near the mark, thinking he was just going to beeline it straight back. And, well, Fluff, a crafty veteran as always, runs just down to the south, gets a nice little TP spot, and goes away. And, well, that means that no one's going to be here in the top lane. And Whitebeard's considering going on Z-Freak, but ends up pulling back. Doesn't quite commit. Force Staff was, you know, used to go a little bit further forward, but can't quite get those shackles.
And that's the problem with Force Staff. If you have a Force Blink, which I imagine he'll go for, then you have really good solo potential. You can get kills as long as you get the Ward Trap down. Shackles, Hex, Ether Shock has plenty of burst damage, even on a pretty tanky Furion. But at this point in time, Z-Freak. Oh, the Blink 4. This is bold. He gets another courier kill. 2,075.
Oh God, no! Z-Freak, oh, locked in the court. Get the. They're like, what the fuck are you doing, taking our courier in our base, you son of a bitch? And they just rip him apart. I don't know about the worth, but he's happy to get it done.
Apparently that got Sneak and Nyx Assassins 1,000 gold. I don't think that takes into account the courier death, so I'm not sure if that's worth it. I think that's pretty good for complexity. And there was a lot on that courier too, I believe. Vlad's, in fact, for TC. So that's a nice big item that they make sure it doesn't get there for another 2.5 minutes. So nicely played, I think, coming out from complexity. Although they do lose Z-Freak. And again, now it really comes down to Ush getting a lot of room. His Yasha's done. He might build the Manta next and then into that Heart of Trask. So he's starting to get online here. And this is where you usually see somebody like complexity just ward the jungle. Make sure that you don't have those jungle camps to deal with. But they're not really expending that amount of sentries or observer wards to place in the jungle here. And I don't believe there's a gem, so it's not like they're really countering it either. So
certainly not. He rotates in here on the bottom lane. He's got his normal bear tools that you'd like to have, the Agnes and Blink on hand. Not going to catch the Queen of Pain, but there's your Stampede call happening here at the top lane. Moomian are trying to get away from this one. Can they find him? Can they get the ensnare? No, a song going to be used lock in place. Mike whiffs the hook shot, but, you know, because of miscommunication there. Did they have the vision? They're just kind of waiting out the duration of the Moonlight Shadow and seeing where it is. Oh, the dust is not going to catch Moomiander. He slips off to the side. Did they see him?
God, I think
they
do
ping it out. Oh, he leaps up to the north. Does he have a TP? He does. Oh, Moon. Ever so slippery. Able to get away. Unfortunately, the dust not there. And wow, a bit of a misplay and a very thankful Moon gets away.
You see TC's just like, that's it. All right, if we can't get that kill, I'm buying him a gem. And they bought a gem indeed, so right after
takes
that...
out the ward in the base immediately after, like, goddamn these.
You bastards. Meanwhile, Lip on the backside, Blink Stomp. Fluff, you are in some trouble, my friend. Nice block coming in on TC, gets silenced as well. Fluff gets PC in trouble. Echo Slam and Chance Totem, but he's still alive. Buyback coming in, Split does not go. IX Mike looking for a re-engage. He has no usage of that hookshot for another second. Blink Dagger not available for Complexity's Rise, so he's trying to back away. TP from Z-Freak to get out of there. And just a nice kill and force buyback there coming out. But again, Ush gets a lot of time to farm. He's really close to that Manta style.
Indeed, and that's something you definitely would love to have. And as he pulls forward for that, I would imagine the next on the docket would be that heart, and making those illusions just so much more meatier, and that's just going to create real trouble here for complexity side. Then you're forced to pull out everything you got in your arsenal just to prevent the illusions from bulldozing forward. And you know, with a Naga in the game up, Mike trying to get a quick pick off and does so. Nature's Prophet, there's your Stampede. Moonmeander wants to make him pay. They jump on forward. There's your Orchid. There's your Leap and Commitment happening right now. Your Starfar, and well, Mike ends up trading 1 for 1 in the end.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Again, though, Mike dying, I mean, like, you can't get anything going. I guess at some point, if you get a kill on any one of these heroes, though, which, I mean, getting a kill on Z-Freak is important, but if you take, like, Swindle Melons down or somebody, or even Moon Meander, all of a sudden you're back into it. I mean, as rough of a game as Mike's had, you could essentially just feed away the entire game and still be okay if you get 1 or 2 really important kills, which we saw. Like, I mean, Fallout had, 8 deaths in like 15 minutes or something on his Vengeful Spirit in that 3rd game the other day, and he was able to just like get back into it with a couple of fights going the way of Navi US. So that's just how this patch works now. And Mike is in an okay position. I mean, he has his point booster now. At least he's got a little bit more. But Z-Freak actually has some decent net worth. Blink Dagger, Ultimate Orb, Maelstrom. So they have some wave clear as well. He'll have some damage. And Moon Meander is the highest in net worth. He's got bots already. Midas, Yasha, Demon Edge coming out.
It up right now.
Yeah,
he's got a nice, sweet Ancient stack he's been working on for the past, like, minute here as he quickly inherits a lot more gold. You see he already has the Demon Edge. He's really thinking about building in the excessive amount of damage. I'd imagine this is going to be an MKB, anticipating Naga is going to get a butterfly at some point.
Yes, I think that's the right choice. I mean, either Daedalus and MKB are fine, but I think just the MKB is a bit of a safer option here. And honestly, I think after you have that MKB, that's probably enough damage. You finish your Manta Style, you probably pick up a Maelstrom or a Mjolnir, although they already have one, though, on the side of Z-Freak, so maybe you don't go for that. You have some split push with the Manta Illusions. And you could certainly team fight as well. He's going to shoot an arrow up here. Ice Mike not going to get caught out. Whitebeard as well. Sprat's going to go through the right click. And Mike's going to try to TP out. He's not going to make it. Fisher. Whitebeard falls as well to Swindle Melons. Good 2-turn from compLexity to take those kills. And Swindle also has his BKB now completed. So they're looking to try to pressure and make sure that they get Ush back out, but he's already in that bottom lane working on this tier 2 tower, it looks like.
That was a great swarm there from compLexity. Move up and flank, and even the Swindle Melons coming in from behind a Whitebeard. It just makes for ease work to clear out the Clockwork and the Shadow Shaman duo. And now they're adding pressure top lane. Easy tier 2 going to fall just like that. And they continue to press on forward right here while it does look like the Sneaky Nyx Assassins have attention on the opposite side of the map right now, using Ush to get an own tier 2. But they're still committing here. They actually push the high ground here on the side of compLexity. They're going to knocking on that tier 3 door, and well, Bear going to be pulled out right now. Swindle Melons in the wrong neighborhood, desperately trying to TP over. Can they get the lift off? Can they get anything off? They can't, because BKB's popped, and the Queen of Pain promptly makes an escape out of there.
And now I feel like as long as you push out your waves, you can go again. There's no split for, let's say, another 80 seconds or so. And maybe you can even take Roshan at this time. And Ush gets arrow. This could be big. He does have Song, but you've got to use your stop. You've got to use it now. There it goes. Beautiful chain stuns. They grab a huge kill. He's down for 66 seconds. You've got to take Rosh here. And Moon Meander is going to head right into the pit. His MKB is now done. Maybe sells his Midas and gets that Aegis. I'm going to shoot the arrow first, and this is going to be a huge pickup for compLexity, and now you've got to be playing very carefully if you're Sneaky Nyx Assassins.
Oh, mid lane, though, they want to get something for it. They catch out Swindle Melons, Stampy get a call, and they actually ditch the Roche to aid their Swindle Melons ally, and they're going to go for the mid lane here. Whitebeard quickly retreats away and diverts their attention away from the Roche pit. This allows time for Ush to get back up and into the mix here. I don't know. I think I would have handed over a Queen of Pain for a Roche personally, but now they head back. They throw out the arrow, and oh, the arrow misses Roche, unfortunately. Moon Meander, no. Oh, Mike jumps in and gets a kill on Centaur, and now Swindle Melons caught up from Whitebeard. Oh, compLexity, this is not exactly going their way. They're going to take what they can, though. Jump in. Nice Echo actually catches on Fluff. Fluff's going to fall. That's 2 supports down. Ush is going to be back up in about 10 seconds, and TC caught out with Orchid. Oh, he can't get split off, and he gets taken down. So just as I'm about to criticize compLexity, they do end up coming out on top there. They take down the two supports and TC. Ush is back to the living world right now, and for the 3rd time, they'll turn back and put their attention on Roche.
That was actually very, very dangerous for compLexity. If they lose that team fight, they potentially lose Roshan, and they had to be sure that they can win that engagement. Great Echo Slam, but fantastic arrow from Moon Meander, and great Orchid to start things off from Swindle. So TC can't get his split off. That was very important for them. They bring them down, and a lot of use there from Nyx Assassins. A lot of abilities were just used, but they couldn't get anything done with it. They lose a couple of heroes, and again, compLexity jump out of the Roche pit. They're being very passive about this. They can't take it yet. Yeah. This might be okay, though. I mean, as long as they don't give away too many kills, they can still stay in this game and keep ahead at this point in time. But they just go back. They're going to clear out the creep waves and clear out the jungle as well.
That is a lack of map awareness and map control on the side of compLexity. I mean, I'm trying to look at their ward vision. They don't have much at all, so they don't really have any sort of intel to see what is going on the side of Sneaky Nyx Assassins, and they don't go for Roche. That's actually quite surprising. I mean, given we know with the benefit of seeing the whole map that they definitely could have got it done, but, you know, what was Mike doing right now? Just constantly spazzing out chat wheels all over the place. But regardless, though, not taking it down. And I think even the sneaky Nyx assassins are quite surprised to not see the death, message pop up from Roche.
Yeah, that was that was an interesting little tiff going back and forth. I really think, and I think compLexity should have taken that Roshan, honestly. There's no reason for you not to in that situation, so a bit questionable, I think, and I think you and I both feel that way. So at 34 minutes and 30 seconds in, this gets kind of dicey. I mean, you're about as farmed as you're going to get from Moon, other than getting his Manta style. He needs the Aegis. He's going to sell his Midas, I think, just to get this. Roshan is regenning up, although a bit slowly. The heart is now done for Ush, so he's starting to get up there in terms of his own itemization. He's got about 4 slots done. He just needs that Aquila and that Basilia, or that Blade done as well, so...
Butterfly also, I mean, you got your pretty much standard cookie cutter kind of 6-slot Naga Siren just slowly evolving before our eyes. And I mean, I already saw it today. I've seen already a 10k deficit on one team in front to swing back. They're looking to go forward. Fluff! Absolutely slaughter. Oh, God, cover your kid's eyes right there. That was just a manhunt right there. Now they move on. They should be able to get this tier 2 with ease and pull on back. But like I was saying, I'd seen this once already before. The Alliance Hellraisers game. Loda with his Naga Siren pulled the game back from what was them well behind by over 10k gold. So I'm not even going to say that Nyx Assassins are nearly out of this one.
I'm curious, how long was that game and how long did Loda farm for?
It was probably like 60 to 65 minutes. Okay. Every game was like an hour. It was they're all the craziness.
You got to work really hard for those games, man. That's rough sometimes as a caster. So, but you do what you got to do. And honestly, this patch, although it's exciting. Well, this game could easily go on for another 30 minutes, and obviously if it does, I think we both think Nyx Assassins will take the game, because the farm Naga Siren is nothing to scoff at here. Although Moon Meander is playing one heck of a game, man. I'll tell you what, this guy's on a mission here. He's just going to take down these Serpent Wards as well, and the Tower's going to get it denied in the top lane, so nicely done. And they take the Aegis as well. Finally getting into the Roche Pit, Z-Freak picked up the Aegis. There's a Hex on 2 heroes actually, and Swindle will find Whitebeard with said Hex and blows him up. Oh my God, Sonic Wave. I don't even know if it's necessary there, but why not? Use it. It's down for another couple of seconds, but that's fine. And they get a nice kill, so.
Yeah, they really can't afford to be handing over these side pickoffs. You've got to start employing more of a buddy-buddy system if you want to try to venture out and find some farm. And because, I mean, I understand at this point now for the side of Sneaky Nyx Assassins, pretty much all the farm available is going to be going to Ush with those illusions, spreading about, taking everything you can possible. But, pressure's on Ush now. This is finger-cramping Naga play right here, where you're constantly spazzing, controlling, and microing out all your illusions to add pressure all over the place. You can see those illusions right now going to work on that tier 2. Desperately, Moon Meander retreats away from any sort of push that they want to do, and trying to clear out those Naga illusions and saving that tier 2 tower. But, in the jungle, Swindle Melons and Ush, they're trying to go toe-to-toe here. There's your sheep. Looking to pursue. Here comes Centaur. Jumps in. Stomp. Ush, no, we can't afford to have pickoffs like this. Can he get the song off? No! Cannot get the song off and ends up falling. Oh, that is terrible. That is 70 seconds for him dead. He does have a buyback. Ideally, he would not like to use that, but we'll see how much pressure compLexity want to add right now.
That was beautiful for compLexity as well. They were maybe half a second away from him getting the song off, and they just needed to connect on the Centaur stomp, and they did. And Limp comes in, he blinks stomps, they get the kill. He's down for 55 seconds. This gives you so much map control now for compLexity. You can try to push it, you have the Aegis, and at some point in time, you've got to say, this is our time to shine here. But I'm not necessarily worried about them as much, because they have split push from Z-Freak, they have split push from Moon Meander with the Manta-style illusions. He's going to get another item soon here, get rid of his Midas. They're going to Moonlight Shadow, and they might try to find a pickoff. They're going to head for Whitebeard in the top lane, and they're going to grab him, though. He's going to just blink away. Arrow's going to sail through. Whitebeard, what a hit! Moon Meander with a snipe, the right click, the stomp. Limp jumps in as well. Beautifully done. The arrow again from Moon Meander. Moon is on a tear here. They're going to look to go to the high ground now. 18 seconds for Naga, still down. Probably won't need a buyback, but if they could force that out, it would be beautiful for compLexity here. We'll see.
They got 10 seconds and a fortification to use, so they're going to milk this one out as long as possible, I'd imagine. Hopefully they can pull it out here momentarily. There it is. So 3 more seconds. He'll be back with Song ready to go. TC jumps in to get things started, pops his BKB, looking to go on forward still. Nursing the primal split before making something happen to compLexity. Quickly dispersed like cockroaches to get away from this one. Ush does pull out the Song, trying to catch anyone they can, but they can't. TC still looking to go on forward, but this slippery compLexity team able to get out. So unable to break the base and take down tier. Oh, the jump back coming in from Limp. Catches on TC, Sonic Wave on 2, not a whole lot of damage though. Big Echo Slam, the follow is there. Oh, TC falls before getting that Primal split off. They want more damage. Ush and those illusions trying to rip apart what they can. It's 2-for-1 exchange right now. Queen of Pain with the right clicks going on Mike, and Mike falls once more. Double kill for Swindle Melons. 3-for-1 trade. It just continues to get more and more difficult. Meanwhile, up by the secret shop, you can see, oh, a whiff stun right there from Limp, trying to catch out Ush. Ush, can he get away? No song on hand. Or can they follow it up with the right click? And that's a triple kill for Swindle Melons. Still a buyback available on Naga if needed, but look at that, tier 3 to fall. 2 buybacks immediately called out as Rex are going to be addressed. Oh, Moon Meander does get away. The Lincoln Spear prevents him from getting the shackle off. Limp jumps in, gets a nice stun, but Whitebeard ends up falling. Moon Meander on a mega kill streak. Limp caught out with the ensnare. There is your another song. It's already been 60 seconds since the first one. Looking to make a go here on Limp. Puts the illusions forward. Does manage to rip him down with the benefit of the urn, but now, oh, Cold. It looks like they take out Fluff. Ush sidestep the arrow. Moonbanner buckles back. They're considering going right for the racks, and this could be the start of the end here. Complexity want to do as much damage as possible while they can with only Ush to stand. I don't think they can do it. Sneaky Nyx Assassins might be handing over this first game in a best of 3 as Complexity rotate to the top and make their moves on this tier 3, and they do take it down, and with that, more than happy with it. They'll retreat out. They pull out the Moonlight Shadow, the ejector seat, but Mike says, get the hell back here. Tries the hook shot to catch up, but can't quite get there, and no. Complexity slip away with the biggest advantage this game.
Yeah, that's actually just a huge play coming out. I really love the way that Ush was trying to chase them down with the Song of the Siren in the mid lane, and then you just knew that counter initiation was going to come through. They get a huge Echo Slam coming up from Riser, and that really turns the fight their way. They're able to pick off all of the stragglers for the most part. They force the buyback out of Ush. He's now down in terms of his buyback for another 4 minutes and 30 seconds. He doesn't have his Mantis Style yet, or actually his Diffusal Blade, excuse me, as that's what he's going for with that Blade of Alacrity. And it's looking pretty rough now for Sneaky Nyx Assassins. They have a set of racks gone, a tier 3 tower top gone as well. And at this point in the game, again, it's not over. How many times have we seen a Naga Siren come back from a set of racks down? But that was really good for Complexity to secure their advantage here at 41 minutes inning. Moon Meander, again, has played a hell of a game. He's got a Satanic done now. He is pretty much everything he wants, other than, obviously, this Midas, which he'll sell in a moment, I believe, to get another item here. So, no
Stampede, they want Ush, but Ush promptly TPs out and away. But, uh-oh, well, Mike, be so lucky. He does wither his way, and, yeah, they won't be able to catch up with him. But just goes to show Complexity would love. If they could take down that Naga just one more time, that's pretty much the nail in the coffin here for Sneaky Nyx Assassins.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, they'll probably just play pretty safely until Roshan, I think, but I don't know. Actually, if you do get that kill on Ush in the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds, then you definitely have to push in. So it's really just trying to find Ush and get him killed here, and they're going to do that top lane as he gets hexed up. Z-Freak's going to come in as well. That's the Orchid Sonic Wave. Do they have enough damage? His song is ready to go. BKB is going to fly, and that's the problem. Ush, even if he songs here, Swindle Melons, no! You're killing the illusions! No! Ush is going to get away. Now the song's still going. There's the split coming in. Z-Freak getting caught out. A huge bait coming in from Sneaky Nyx Assassins. There's the Shackles and Swindles. He's going down. Hook shot it from Mike. Blink Stomp. He will find Whitebeard, but he's also taking a ton of damage coming through from those Serpent Wards. Buyback coming in. That'll be from Z-Freak. What can they get done? And he tried to TP and he couldn't find anybody. Stampede going through. Now TC, his split done. Moon Meanders on the backside, just bringing them all down. But Z-Freak can't afford to die again. He gets forced away. Riser has no Fissure coming up. Moon's still doing damage to the backside. Limp TP's out. Moon is trying to take down TC and will. He does have buyback, mind you. Moonlight Shadow still going. Leap is available. Moon is just going to take Mike down. Still the Satanic is ready to go. Ush is going to ensnare him. Moon may be in trouble. This is not the fight you're looking for. He's going to try to get out. Arrow connects, I believe, on Moon. I'm not sure. Ike's Mike, rather. Now the telekinesis. There they go. Moon is going to fall. Beautifully done for Fluff. They turn around. They get the kill. And that's an immediate blink purchase. 4 dead for Complexity. And Sneaky Nyx Assassins are back into this one after a long-winded fight.
So much gold in the pocket of the Nyx Assassins. After that bounty pick-off, Whitebeard had like 3.5k. Oh my god. Hello, 6.82. Nyx Assassins are happy that you are on the field as they can inherit a wealth of money on their favor. And there's your Agnum Scepter now complete. That is huge in a game where you are this far behind, diving into the opponent's base, getting down those wards with the benefit of Naga Illusions. Sneaky Nyx Assassins are not out of this game one.
No, definitely not. And that's just... They really, once they couldn't get that kill on the Naga, they needed to disengage there. They needed to back up and say, listen, we're not going to try to go for this, but Z-Freak buys back. He dies, so the dieback comes out from that Nature's Prophet. They get a couple heroes in there. They die as well. I think Swindlemelons might have bought back and died. I'm pretty sure. No, he actually just stayed alive that entire time, and he does respawn now. But this has been quite the game. And Nyx Assassins, although they were down 25,000 in gold, it's now only about 15,000 as it jumps up again. Almost a 10,000 gold change here. And complexity, well, Swindlemelons, he's caught out.
No.
Arrow. Not going to connect. Swindle's okay. Hook shot, and Swindle is going to fall. It looks like well played from Sneaky Nyx Assassins to grab a nice pickoff. He's down for 92 seconds. Buyback. Only one buyback for complexity, and it's Moon.
He has 9 seconds. He should be back into it, but this is plenty of breathing room now for the Sneaky Nyx Assassins to slowly claw their way back into this game. They're looking for this tier 2 tower. They should be able to take it down with relative ease right here. Complexity cannot consider taking a fight without the benefit of the Queen of Pain. Sure, she can't deal out the biggest damage to their opponents, but they definitely need the assistance of maybe a sheepstick, any sort of lockdown possible. Fluffy to Arrow from the backside. Can Moon sneak in and get this pick off? Some right clicks to follow. Force staff though on the sidestep. Pitcher not going to be on the mark. TC jumps in. Can they make him pay for moving in? Moon Meander might be get locked down here. He gets lifted up and thrown right back. Big slam. It's Ush with a killing spree. Moon Meander trying to go toe-to-toe right here with the bear. And TC trying to walk away from this one. And meanwhile, it is Ush up to the north trying to push in. They're still on hot pursuit trying to take down TC. They finally take him down. Mike jumps in. They take down the Centaur. Moon Meander buckles back with a nice arrow on Mike on top of the hill and does get it done. Double kill now for Moon Meander. Back with both to go. Fluff. Oh, gets taken down in the corner, but here comes Ush. Ush moves on in. Can he take down Riser? He should be able to. Right? Nope. Yep, gets it down. The Radiance Bird's more than enough, but Moon not gonna let just yet. Arrow. Oh no, he gets caught with the arrow in the very thin staircase, and Moon Meander gets it done with the ultra kill. Big catch from Moon. My God, I'm sweaty.
What a game, man. This has been a heck of one for Moon Meander, especially with that arrow. He meant it before the arrow came out, and somehow the arrow connects on Ush there. He gets caught out of position. He's down for 100 seconds. Luckily, Nyx Assassins has every hero with a buyback, but they don't really need it now. Complexity, all of their heroes are dead. And slowly but surely, yes, you lose a fight there. You're still in this game. You push all the way to mid, and that's the reason why Complexity can't get anything off the back end of this, because there's no real heroes in the map. They can maybe take Roshan, which is up again, but I don't even know about that. Although, Ush is down for 80 seconds, so they will have time once everyone is back up in about 20 seconds or so, as Riser did go down last there. Complexity are playing a heck of a game, but it's certainly not over yet. This has been a barn burner, man. But they actually TP top. They're going in for Whitebeard. Sprout up. Look at this backdoor coming in. Whitebeard getting caught out. He's going to fall. TC is going to respawn. He does have a split, but look at this. The range rack's going down now. They actually had the creeps in the base from the mid push coming through. Moon's going through as well. Butterfly now done. They want the top range racks. They're going to find it. What about the melee? They will get it as well. TC arrowed up. Do they bring him down? No. Ush comes through. They saw him. They want Z-Freak. BKB going in from Swindle. He's trying to get out. Hook shot in from Mike. He's going to get brought low. Z-Freak ensnared. He will fall as the telekinesis goes. Right click down. Boom. TC gets it done. Swindle getting chased down. Battery Assault. Sonic Wave does nothing. They do get the kill on Whitebeard, however, but now Moon Meander getting close. Oh, God, he's got his Satanic. He's still alive. Unbelievable. He's going to Moonlight Shadow as well. They will throw it out in the ward, but he's actually defused. Dust is going to go through as well. Moon will fall. Double kill for IX Mike 88. And while they lose their top racks, they get a couple of kills in the back end of it. Again, we're not done yet because this is a Naga Siren game, but that is another nail. They're just hammering away at this coffin, proverbially. Complexity are playing out of their damn minds.
Man, Nyx Assassins might have considered pulling out the buybacks just a little bit sooner, and maybe they could have moved in with the Song of the Siren to try to defend those set of racks there at the top lane. Yes, they do have a Naga. They can definitely stand toe-to-toe with all these big creeps coming in from the middle and the top lane, but you can't play risky like that as the game begins to progress here. Plenty of buybacks still available with Complexity. Obviously, they're going to nurse those for now, but here we go, man. Back and forth. These fights are long and very, very intense. Really, it's hard to say who can manage to come out on top. It's pretty much anyone's game at this point.
This is a damn man fight. These guys are in a bear pit. They're going toe-to-toe. They're just trying to survive. And this is only game 1. So who knows how game 2 and 3 are going to go. Oh, that's an illusion. I guess it's okay. Hookshot's on a 12-second cooldown, so that's not a big deal. But again, this is... If this is what 6.82 is right now, I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with this game. And I know this is just a microcosm of what the patch is, and I know we're still kind of far away from seeing maybe the full potential of this patch, but this is one heck of a game. This is probably the best game I've seen in a while.
I agree with that. This is just the first game of what could be a potential best-of-3 series here in the Canada Cup Season 3. We're in the semifinals. The winner of this series moves on to play Navi US and moves to play for that $4,000 prize pool. Some intense stuff, and well, these teams are bringing it all. And remember, they had just finished a best-of-3 right before this. These teams are tired. They're fatigued. But still, Nyx Assassin bold enough to pull out a Naga Siren game and do something like this. Jump in from Mike. They're looking to go for limp right here. Blade Mail's popped all around. Moon Meander attacking from the high ground. Should be able to take out Mike. No, he can't. Sleep going to be pulled out. TC gets his bear split out right now. They want to take down Moon, but Limp says no. Jumps in, stuns it about. Swindle Melons moves on with a double kill. Moon trying to slip away from this one. Scream. Hush. Gonna get bursted down here. He gets it done. Riser moves it on in, and they clear out another 4 to fall on the side of Nyx Assassins and compLexity. They can try to go down the home stretch and take it to the base because we only have a buyback on TC. But Roche is also up. They could move in and secure an Aegis if they want to play it a little bit extra safe.
I think that's it. I mean, you can take Roche on here, and I think compLexity might try to do so, but I feel like if you only have 2 heroes alive, which will be TC and IX Mike here, you've got to push down mid. You're only losing Limp in this situation. There's no reason not to go for tier 4s at this point. You have buybacks on pretty much all the heroes you need them on, and almost 300 gold away from both of the buybacks that you still have yet to go for compLexity. TC does use the buyback, but Ush is still dead for 70 seconds. That's the big deal. Bots got picked up, and they're going to TP back in. Zefrit goes home real quick, but, you know, hookshot coming in. Moon Meander caught out, but they're not going to go. And they realize this is not the time. They're looking for this mega creep. They're looking for the tier 3 tower. Hex is up on TC. They have the Orchid as well. Fisher's going to fly out on top of it all. They're just going to try to take down the tier 3 tower and the racks. Hook shot in. Mike's going in. Riser should fall here, but he gets forced out.
There's your Megas.
Well played. Well played, excuse me. God, mega creeps coming out. Moon Meander getting caught as well with the right clicks. IX Mike about to fall, and he will go down. This should be it here. They're starting to dive the well. They're going in double kill for Swindle. And a great game 1 goes to compLexity at the end of it all.
Very good game indeed, says Whitebeard, as that was so back and forth. But that crucial last team fight, they made a nice jump in on the Centaur, but Moon had fantastic position to just unleash all of that damage, and it was just unbelievable. So strong performance game 1 for compLexity, but we got another game to go, potentially 2 here. Wow, I need a fucking drink.
Yeah, this is where if you've got cigarettes, you're going out and you're smoking them, and that was an intense game number 1 to say the least. The kill total was ridiculous at the end of it all. And I gotta say, it was one of the most entertaining games, even with the Naga Siren, that I've seen. Moon Meander 795 GPM must be one of the toppers in terms of the Mirana in recent history. Absolutely fantastic play from Moon. Again,